We have the gravestone just thrown to the side of Cindy Lily.
Real fucked up.
We're not even.
Just waiting for the computer to turn on. Now, this is going to be a report for the Assumption Cemetery. We went to 2 locations yesterday. One was the location with Assumption Cemetery, where we were actually intending to do a history documentary, because we're kind of getting into that. We all love history, and there's a lot of history there. Unfortunately, it's the things that come with history, and I'm going to go ahead and read some of these reviews of Assumption Cemetery in Austin, Texas. Okay. Now there's pictures here. They now allow cars to drive over and park on your loved one's grave and headstone. Drinking party 2. BYOB, bring your own beer. And there's literally pictures here of cars parked next to graves. You know, there's just complete and total 100% disrespect. And that's the one thing we kind of want to avoid. Whenever we go to these locations, we don't go to these locations to disrespect. That's never the intention. The intention is either we're going to do kind of like a paranormal investigation as much as we can do, or we're going to do a history documentary on some of the people there at the gravesite, which was the intention of Assumption Cemetery. That intention no longer exists. We are not going back. And it had nothing to do with paranormal. Alright, the other one says, my mother-in-law's grave was covered in cement, and we go monthly, not to mention we walk around and give the flowers we have left to others' loved ones. My 11-year-old has seen a tombstone sunken inside of the ground with just a bit of dirt covering the casket. Can you imagine that being your loved one? The news needs to get on it. Trash everywhere. Tombstones lying against trees that were there the week before. The grave's completely covered. Absurdly horrible. And don't expect the owners to do anything. They won't return your phone call. I reported the sunken grave over 3 weeks ago, and it's still like that. And there is an absolute picture of a sunken grave with, you can visibly see the casket, which is pretty sad. Alright. Veronica Moreno says, about a month ago, 1 star, I can see the people that work outside are so evil. How could y'all take our loved ones' belongings, what we pay for, take our time decorating for our loved ones? Y'all supposedly clean up, that's fine, but don't take nothing from our loved ones that we put there. Y'all have no respect. Everything costs money, and y'all supposedly throw everything in the trash. I don't think so. Y'all keep our loved ones' things. If we put very nice lights out there or any kind of decoration, you're just throwing everything away. That is wrong, because all of that costs money. I don't care if it's $5, $10, or $20. All of that adds up, and we love our loved one's grave to look nice and decorated. How could y'all come and just take that away, what y'all like, and throw away everything else? It's so sad that people can't decorate and put what they like and what they want, because y'all will come like rats and be stealing it. Nicole Garcia. This place is absolutely disgusting. If you're thinking about burying a loved one here, don't do it. My family planted a beautiful tree for my grandma, which was approved to be planted. Has been up for years. And my uncle went to go visit our loved one, and the tree was in the garbage. They didn't even bother to reach out to give us notice that it needed to be taken down or anything. Absolutely no appropriate measures were taken to notify any of our family that we need to take the tree down, or they'll be doing it. Absolutely no communication with this place. This place is not reachable at all. Capital at all. You can never speak to anyone, and the office stays closed. If I could give the place 0 stars, that would I'd be. This place is absolutely no sympathy or respect for any of these people's families. And looking at these reviews, I can tell you, we're not the only one dealing with these horrible owners. Assumption Cemetery staff and owners, y'all should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. Debbie Martinez. My father requested to be buried here. Once the plot was paid for and arrangements were made for burial, the communication with the funeral home and the family stopped there. There was no one out at the time of burial to direct. The most disrespectful, unorganized front office. If you love and care for your loved ones, I suggest finding a better cemetery, one that shows compassion to the dead and compassion to their loved ones. What you guys are going to see we find is disgusting. Delecta Felia. I had to give 1 star to publish this. In other words, another one wishing to have no stars. I had to give 1 star to publish this, but they did not deserve any. My son committed suicide in March of 2020. I paid for his cremation and burial and was told that he would be given a granite marker on his place beneath the Pieta. It is October 2023. There is no marker. I finally heard from the cemetery in April of this year for approval of a marker. Still no marker. The office was locked and the number they listed for contact was not answered. I spoke to them by phone today and they refused to apologize, even though I spent hundreds of dollars to travel to Texas to visit his grave. These are dishonest, heartless people. I am Catholic and do not believe that they are operating under anything Catholic. Just disgusting. If I could give them 0 stars, I would. This is from Francisco Tinoco. Do not bury your loved ones here. They do not care about you or who you're burying. They won't answer calls or emails even if you ever need them. It's been months of me trying to get a hold of someone with no answer whatsoever. Their office is still closed to the public due to COVID. Now, that's ridiculous. It is impossible to get anywhere with them. These are just regular Google reviews. Anna Gavan. Assumption Cemetery lacks customer service. We've been calling and emailing to get a status of my grandmother's headstone for 2 years. 2 years a loved one has an unmarked grave, with no return calls or emails. We've spoken to Rose and Emily, and all they say is that it's been ordered. Not sure why this is so difficult to do. I don't know anyone who takes 2 years to order a headstone. I feel like we're at their mercy at this point. It goes on and on. Christina Salazar paid for a bench and a headstone 2 years ago. Never received. Barely got a refund after months of trying to get a hold of anyone on phone. When I finally got a hold of someone, they said they would check up and call back. Of course, they never did. Weekly calls were unanswered, and we finally gave up. Please don't bother here. Such a headache. There's hidden fees, unreliable staff, limited row space, unmaintained grounds, constant changing of the policies. We try to keep our family as close as possible, and that's why we chose here. So sad we'll have to consider a new place, which means they're literally considering exhuming the grave and burying her somewhere else. Amelia Diaz, the worst cemetery ever. Stay away. They don't care about anything. Trying to get them to address issues to get a response never happens. They don't deserve 1 star. Find somewhere else to save your aggravation. It just gets worse. Jose Castillo. I ordered, paid, and approved my mom's headstone a year ago, and it was never installed. I called and spoke with Rose, and she stated that they had some confusion with the approval. I did the approval again. That was in January, and still no headstone. We have emailed but received no response. This place looks so unkept. I wish I hadn't chosen this place for my mother's final resting place. I guess it is time to get an attorney. 77 of these. There's not a single 1-star review. Here's one. From Misty Calderon. Trash everywhere. Grass up to my mid-calf, which is about, I'd say 4 inches, 5 inches tall. It's pretty thick grass. My daughter's tombstone has been moved. And then what made me the angriest is when I saw a bunch of tombstones thrown in the back gate, all broken up. I am so upset at this new management. My daughter said it only a month ago when she passed away, almost 20 years ago in this cemetery. It was very well taken care of. If not, go to the office and they fixed it within the same week. This is so sad that they are not taking care of people's loved ones. I'm going to looking into how to report them to higher sources, and you can't. They're from the Catholic Diocese, or so they claim, so there's no reporting. Maybe even call news stations. This is not right at all. I'm also trying to figure out how to post pictures of while I was there. Well, Misty, don't worry about it. I got you. Philip Arroyo, they take down decorations that are new and don't care of landscaping. So they'll take your stuff, but they won't cut the grass. Antonio Cantu, which is a pretty prominent name out here. I have many family members buried here. I don't know what happened, but it looks run down. I have called the office to address my issue with my mother's grave. No one has ever called me back. It's sad to see this place look so horrible. They only return calls if you want to bury someone, so they can take their money. It says here, God don't like greedy people. I'm not super religious, so I guess. Teresa Rangel, this place has went down. They either need to get better staff because Rose or Emily do not help. They will only return calls if someone has passed or pending burial, which means no one cares about the ones who need to get their headstones or have questions in regards to their plot. This is sad. They want closure for our loved ones. My grandmother passed at March 30th of 21. My mother notified the office by email and left messages in March of 21 to let them know to order the headstone, and nothing has been done up to now. None. Okay. Now they're saying that they never got the message or email. Really just sad. I really do not want to give them any stars, but it is making me order to post my review. Another one wishing to give no stars. This one's a longer one. My sister was buried in 1976. When our father passed away, I have his ashes buried in my sister's plot so they would be together. I buried my father in August of 2022. He was a United States Air Force veteran. I sat there with the director, Paul Crozer, and filled the paperwork out to order my father's military headstone. Long story short, Paul didn't order it. Paul left 2 weeks ago. I just lost my stepfather last month. I'm moving to Virginia to take care of my mother. This means I'll never get to see my father's headstone. The people in the office think this is no big deal. They don't care about their actions, and the lack of accountability and their incompetence hurts the families that are buried in the cemetery. The inside of the office is disgusting, not clean, disorganized. They are still hiding behind COVID-19. The grounds are unkept, and I am a retired horticulturalist. The office staff are the rudest people I've ever dealt with. I do not recommend putting your loved ones here as a final resting place. Where my mother passed away in 2016 and purchased a plot, we asked how much the space would be between the next plot. The space would be just like other spaces. It'd be like other plots there. This is not true. My dad passed away in March 14, 2019. They are so close to the plots on both sides that my mother's casket would have to be disturbed when putting the other caskets when the hole is made. This is so very upsetting to know that. They are using every inch to fit more graves for cash purposes since they are running out of space. This cemetery used to be very clean and very well manicured cemetery. Now it's messy and not kept well. I feel that they do not care whatsoever. It's about money. And again, it goes on and on. 70 some reviews. Here's another one. Car literally parked on headstones. I don't, and I repeat, don't bury your loved ones here. Between the carelessness of the staff, the lack of respect of the people have here, it's sad to see how others respect other graves. Mother's Day 2021, I came to visit my loved ones and see this car. The car is parked on a grave. It gets much worse. Assumption has an APD officer supposedly patrolling the area. All he's doing is running the clock. No shame whatsoever. He passes by numerous of times and has not said a word. Okay. And these are not like, you know, last week, or these are reviews that were 10 months ago, 2 years ago. And they're all saying the same thing, and apparently over the past few years, nothing has changed. Here's one. Don't expect anything in a timely manner except for them cashing your checks. People are not bad, but don't expect them to return calls and have accurate updates. This is just sad. So it can go on and on and on and on, but here's my... We were actually going to Assumption to do a historical documentary on the Garcia family that was buried there. I believe it was like 1852. Well, that's when they died. So when they got buried there, as I understand, this family Catholic owned cemetery has only been there since 1954. So the headstones that have the 1800s, don't know where they come from, don't know how they got it, but it's there and it's there. Yeah, we saw headstones, ash urns, just bowled over to the side and covered up with dirt. There comes a point where you see degradation of a grave. Okay? We go into these places, we stay very, very careful not to even step on a grave. What's being done here at this place is just pinpoint disgusting. That's the end of my report. Smiley and Misty did not even want a part of this. So, there's my report on Assumption. We do have one MT Calvary in Central Austin. I'm going to try to put that video for you guys, but the noise level on that place was horrid because it's right next to the main highway, I-35. We'll do what we can, and our equipment really flipped out there, so it's a video that's worth watching. See you guys. Okay guys, we are at Assumption Cemetery in South Austin. It's supposed to be wildly haunted. Say hi, Smiley. Hi. Hi, Misty. And now we're going to see something real fucked up. We're not even in the cemetery yet. Right? And we already got turned over headstones. It happens every YouTube video. Get used to it. We have the gravestone just thrown to the side of Cindy Liliana Baca Godinez, born in 1935, died in 2011. That lady had a very good life.
This is crazy. It's crazy. It's another one.
So,
oh, look at that. That's an urn.
oh shit.
An urn. Somebody's ashes.
Hold on, let me get the airplane mode real quick.
So maybe it was like a part of like a monastery or something.
Airplane mode on. Spirit Tucker. Volume all the way up, please. And if you look down here,
That is just a toss to the side urn, busted and everything. All right, Fair Talker, talk to me.
Another.
Yeah, there's another headstone. This is sad. Not about the headstones, my cigarette.
So what do they do with the caskets?
That's a good question. Bury over them?
Well, how did these all come up? Oh yeah, 6 feet. It's a long way. I guess not really.
Well, the way I see it, they came up. Alrighty. Alright, hold on. Let that family leave real quick. We're not even in the cemetery yet, and this is what we're seeing. Oh my God, it's a broken parking pillar.
I thought that was a animal, but it's a real.
Iris.
Iris.
Iris. Like, who's Iris?
Yeah, Misty just lounging today, huh? No pets, picnics, barbecues, no blocking of roadway. Assumption Cemetery is private property. No unauthorized filming allowed. Are we filming yet? Should I edit that out?
Nasty.
Nasty. How come every time I'm holding this thing it says nasty? Because I just farted? What's that?
Looks like a concrete coffee. It's like doing proper. Okay, dug up more for some already cold.
Go ahead, lay down in it. You gonna pass on that?
I don't know if I want this following me.
Hmm?
I don't know if I want it, whatever it is called. What if it's not even used? You know?
No shit.
Destination.
Destination. I guess you could say this is kind of a destination. You could say this is a destination.
I've been here 300 years.
Well, shit. Time for you to get up and go somewhere else.
Ve ahí, mira las. Ah, no, no podemos ir, ¿verdad? Así.
No, I don't want to go to the new places. I want to go to the rather old places. Last word it said was destination. You want to go check out that other one we passed?
Big one?
Yeah, because we don't need a... This is the big one, but apparently we can't do any unauthorized filming. Only thing Spirit Talker says so far is destination. And apparently, this is everybody's destination. You want to do a quick walk up and down, or? I mean, we just didn't see the sign. Of course, I clearly showed it in the video.
My chest feels heavy.
Avoid the flak.
I said my chest feels heavy.
It does.
I don't know if it was just
I'm
my
upset.
anxiety from the traffic.
Well, the
My
person
chest
on
feels
Spirit
heavy.
Talker somehow is upset. I'd be upset too. Well, I mean, she says she was here for 300 years. But then again, we're also next to a whole bunch of dug up graves.
Just kidding.
You make the call. You want to go to the other one that might be a little bit more accessible?
Yeah.
Oh, we're still paying gas. It doesn't matter. Oh, really? Just like that? Okay. You want to call this one a bus? Because, I mean, we don't want to get flagged by the cops.
Record.
All right, let's roll. Yeah, we're recording right now. And we're saying bye-bye.
So, ¿de dónde salió todo esto?
That's a good question. It could have been part of the graves that were flooded out in the last big rain. So they decided that they would cover them up with this big berm of dirt. Huh?
One lid is on, the other lid isn't.
Yeah, well, that one looks like it hold two.
No, es que como que las...
Sorry, guys. That sucks for y'all.